Welcome students. Today I am going to start that new chapter, class 12th, and in this organic part I am going to start that new chapter which is aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. So nomenclature already this is known to us. Then also we are going to revise how we are going to give the names where the aldehyde group, this carboxylic group or this ketonic group is present. So let's start with this. Aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. The first that compound which we are having, that is containing this aldehyde group. This is aldehyde group means C double bond O N H. Okay, so what name of this compound is? 1, 2, 3 carbons are present in this compound. So the word root will be prop. Okay, because all are single bonds, that is why ane, and then this is aldehyde group. For that we are going to give the suffix al. Okay, so this is propane 1-al. So instead of writing this 1-al, we also can write this compound as propanal. Okay, so like this we are going to name the aldehyde group. Okay, so this general formula for this aldehyde group is R, this CHO. Okay, like this we are writing. This is aldehyde group. Okay, if ketonic group, you are asked to give the name of this ketonic group, then this is the general formula for this ketone. This is R. R dash. R and R dash are the alkyl groups, and R dash this means that these alkyl groups may or may not be the same. Okay, so in this case we have seen this alkyl group and this alkyl group. Suppose the specific example I am writing here. This is alkyl group is the same. This is called as symmetrical that ketone, and if the alkyl groups will be different, so that will be the unsymmetrical this ketone. Then in this case, what name we are going to give to this compound? We will count the number of carbon 1, 2, 3. So this in this will be called as propane. Then E, we are going to remove this E because the suffix will be on. Okay, and here 1, 2. So 2, that second carbon is possessing this functional group. Okay, so this will be called as propane 2-on. So this will be the IUPAC name of this compound. This structure is given to you, CH3, C double bond O, this is CH3. Okay, and what will be the common name? The common name will be acetone. Okay, so this this aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acids, actually these all these compounds we are going to we are using in our daily life also. So in pharmaceutical industry also, this the compounds means the aldehyde and ketone, so they are acting as the solvent. In paint industry also you will find them that they are acting as solvent, and also this carboxylic acid, the vinegar which we are using, so that also is that organic acid, this carboxylic acid only. Okay, so these things we are using in our daily life also. This they are having peculiar that specific smell, so for that smelling agent also they are going to be used. Okay, so in case of naming, so this will be the suffix. Okay, al will be the suffix if this aldehyde group will be present, and on will be the suffix if this C double bond O, and both the sides this alkyl group will be present. So this will be the case of ketone. Now the carboxylic acid, what name we are going to give them? Suppose this is CH3, C double bond O, this is OH. So this will be called as, this is carboxylic group. Okay, so this will carboxylic group is present with this alkyl group. So if you want, you can write the general formula of this carboxylic acid. That will be what? RCOOH. Okay, C double bond O, OH. This is what? The terminal carbon, because all three bonds are already engaged with this functional group. Only one hand is free, and that is only going to get attached with the parent chain. Okay, so this is terminal carbon possessing this functional group. This RCHO, in this case also the terminal carbon possessing the functional group, and this will be the carbon is not the terminal one, because both the sides the alkyl groups are present in case of ketone. Okay, sorry, not this one, this one. So both the sides the ketones are present, both the sides the carbon will be present around this carbon possessing the functional group in case of ketone. Okay. Aldehyde group and this carboxylic group. So in this case we will see that terminal carbon is possessing the functional group. Okay. So now how to name, let's see here how to name them. See here, if you are having this compound CH3, then CH2, this is C double bond O and H. Okay, this is containing OH. Suppose this compound you are asked to name, then what you will write for, what name you are going to write for this compound? 1, 2, 3 carbons are present, so prop will be the word root, and ane, this will be the primary this suffix. Okay, and secondary suffix will be propane, then 1 al. Okay, and what will be the prefix? In this case this OH is present here, so this will be the prefix. So we are going to number this compound, we are going to start the numbering from this carbon possessing the functional group 1, 2, 3. So the name will be 2-hydroxy, P will be small. Okay, 2-hydroxy, the first letter will be the capital one. So 2-hydroxy propane 1 al. Okay, this name will be given to this compound. Okay, next is, let's talk about the common names. Okay, the smallest that aldehyde group will be this. This is called HC double bond OH. So this will be called as formaldehyde. Okay, and this will be called as CH3 C double bond OH. So this will be called as acetaldehyde. Okay, and if you are asked to write the common name of this smallest ketone, so smallest ketone will have 3 carbons. Okay, smallest ketone will have CH3 C double bond O CH3. So this will be called as, the common name is acetone, and the IUPAC name will be what? Because 3 carbons are present, so 1, 2, 3 carbons. So what name we are going to this? What name we are going to give to this compound? This is propane. Then E will be omitted. Okay, in place of because 2 vowels cannot stay together, so you will write propane 2 one. This will be the IUPAC name of this compound. 2, why we are actually giving 2 number to this carbon? Because we this is this functional group is possessed by the carbon which is attached with 2 carbons, at least 2 carbons. Okay, that can be more than 2, means more chain you will have, but this carbon will be associated with 2 carbons, means along with this double bond with O, this carbon is making double bond with O, along with that 2 more carbons will be present with this carbon. Okay, so and this chain you may have more carbon atom attached to this carbon, but this functional group possessing carbon, so this carbon will be attached with 2 more alkyl groups. Okay, at least 2 more alkyl groups. More alkyl groups can be of different, can be of many carbons. Okay, so this acetone and this propane 2-one, like that we have seen how we are going to name them. Okay, so this was about this ketonic group. This is aldehyde group, and if you are asked to write the smallest smallest carboxylic acid, so that will be what? Formic acid. The common name is formic acid. This formic word we are this also we got it from that formica is the red ants. Okay, so that is present, this formic acid is present in them. Because of that this name was originated from those ants only. So this formic acid we are calling to this HCOOH. Okay, And if we are writing like the CH3 C double bond O OH, so if you will be asked to write the name of this compound, so that will be what? Acetic acid. This is acetic acid. Okay, so this is CH3COOH, this is acetic acid, this is formic acid, and here formaldehyde, acetaldehyde. These are the common names. If it is attached with, if suppose your aldehyde group is attached with this, suppose this cyclohexane is containing this CHO. Okay, so what name of this compound will be? In this case, this is called as cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Okay, carbaldehyde, because this carbon is not counted in this parent chain which you are considering. Parent chain is cyclohexane. Okay, so cyclohexane will be the parent chain, and in this hex word we are using because of the carbons present here in the ring. So directly attached to the ring, if your functional group is directly attached to your cyclic ring, then this instead of giving the suffix -al, we are using carbaldehyde. Okay, carbaldehyde. So if it is suppose your double bond O, okay, if this ketonic group is attached with this, so what name you are going to give to this compound? This is cyclohexanone. So here cyclohexanone we are saying, we are not using carbanone. Why? Because the functional group is not containing carbon. Okay, one more example I am giving you. If you are not able to see, I am writing here. See, in case of this, suppose you are having this compound. Okay, this is cyclopentane, and if with this cyclopentane, if your functional group COOH is attached, then what name you are going to give to this compound? This will be called as, this is cyclopentane. This is cyclopentane carbaldehyde, carboxylic acid. This is cyclopentane carboxylic acid. Okay, why? Because this carbon is present in the functional group. That is why this carb means why this carb word we are using here, carboxylic acid or carbaldehyde, like that we are using. Why? Because carbon is present in the functional group also, and that is not counted in the parent chain. Parent chain is cyclopentane in this case. Okay, so this will be what? The cyclohexane. This cyclopentane, sorry, this is pentane. So cyclopentane carboxylic acid. This name we are going to give to this compound. Okay, and naming will be done if your suppose chlorine is also attached to this that compound, then what prefix will be? See, the primary prefix is cyclo. Okay, cyclic structure. Your name is IUPAC name consists of first the secondary prefix, primary prefix. Primary prefix means if the cyclic structure you are having, then cyclo word we are using, and bicyclo word we are also using when the you are having that two that common carbons. If you are having two rings are there and they are attached to this two carbons, okay, so that bicyclo word we are using. And if one common that carbon will be there and two different parent different chains you are having, then to that compound we are using that spiro. So all those things are what this primary prefix, and secondary prefix will be what? Suppose this chlorine is also attached to this compound, so what name you are going to give them? This will be 1, because 1 this will be the numbering will be starting from this carbon, because this carbon is possessing the functional group. So 1 2, this is 2 chloro, this is 2 chloro, C capital. Okay, so chloro, and this will be small, 2 chloro cyclopentane carboxylic acid. This will be the name of this compound. Okay, so the IUPAC name consists of the primary that prefix, before that secondary prefix, secondary prefix plus primary prefix plus word root, okay, word root, then primary suffix, which will tell you about the single or double bond, and then the secondary suffix. See, the word root indicates the number of carbons in the parent chain, okay. Primary prefixes, that's cyclic, bicyclo, cyclic means this is cyclo, bicyclo or spiro. So this will be the primary prefix. This is secondary prefixes because of this halo group. Then methoxy, this also means alkoxy, you can write, sorry, not methoxy, alkoxy, halo group, chloro, bromo, ido, like that. Okay, so secondary prefix, then primary prefix comes, and then the number of carbons, that will tell you the word root. Then the primary suffix, this is number of bonds present between the carbon, okay. And then this is primary functional group. So this is primary functional group, which tells you this primary functional group. So this tells you about the secondary prefix. Okay, so this will be the first of all the secondary prefix, that will be what, the for example ido, chloro, fluoro, bromo, like that, or alkoxy. So this also will act as prefix. Nitro group, that also will be prefix only, always that will be used as prefix. Okay, next this is primary prefix. So cyclo, bicyclo, spiro, so this will be the primary prefix. Number of carbons present in the parent chain, that will tell you word root. Then the primary suffix, that will tell you the number of bonds between the carbon atoms, single bond, double bond, single bond in, double bond in, and then ine. So this will be the case, and secondary that suffix will be in accord with the functional group. Okay, the primary functional group, the main functional group. Okay, and the substituents are arranged in alphabetical order. So this thing already is known to us. This was just the revision, and next let's see. Okay, and some more common names. Let me tell you that acetone and those acetic acid that we have seen. If your benzene ring, okay, if your benzene ring is attached with this aldehyde group, then what name you are going to give them? The more appropriate name will be what? The benzene carbaldehyde, because I told you when the carbon is not counted okay, in the parent chain, because cyclic structure is the parent chain. Here also that that's benzene ring is present. So with the benzene ring, this carbaldehyde group is present. So benzene carbaldehyde, instead of saying this, we are calling them as benzaldehyde. Okay, so this is benzaldehyde, the common name. IUPAC also has accepted. That is why every time we are actually, instead of saying benzene carbaldehyde, we are saying benzaldehyde. Okay, now say this is acetophenone. If you are asked to write the name acetophenone, so what structure you are going to make? This will be the, see, this is acetophenone. This is acetone and acetone. We all are knowing acetone. This is what? This. See, this is acetone. So in place of this alkyl group, we are having this aryl group, or you can say the benzene ring. So this will be called as acetophenone. Okay, this is acetophenone. Okay, now acetaldehyde that we have seen, acetaldehyde. This is CH3COOH. This is acetic acid. Then CH3COH. So this is acetaldehyde. Then acetone I wrote here. Benzophenone. Okay, so if you are asked to write benzophenone, what the structure will be? See this benzophenone means both the sides benzene ring. Okay, hope you can see this, the structure. Both the sides this benzene ring, and then ketonic part C double bond O. So like this. So these were the different that common names, okay, very much common, very popular. That is why we are writing the names like this. Okay, so now the structures are given here from NCERT textbook. I wrote the structures and I will tell you how to make, the names are given to you from NCERT textbook only. I noted it down and then I will tell you how to write the structures. We have seen how to give them names. Okay, now we will learn how to make the structure of the given names. Okay, so let's start with this alpha hydroxy propionaldehyde. Okay, so this is a common name. So alpha hydroxy, alpha, this word is, suppose this is the compound, everywhere this is hydrogens. Okay, so this compound you are having. So the carbon which is possessing the functional group next to that, so this will be called as alpha position. Even next means it just adjacent carbon, so that will be called as alpha carbon. Next will be called as beta carbon, then the gamma carbon, then the delta, and then the epsilon, like that. This names, the common names, Greek letters only we are giving them. Okay, so this will be the case of the positions. So this will these positions we are using in common names. Okay, not in IUPAC name. And in IUPAC the numbering will help you. Numbering will be started from this carbon possessing the functional group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Okay, so this was about the position. So let's make the structure of the first compound, which is what? Alpha methoxy propionaldehyde. Propion word, this is telling you that 3 carbons are present. Okay, carbaldehyde means this CHO group is present with this, and then this is CH3, then 1, 2, this 3, and then alpha methoxy. This is the alpha position. Just now I told you alpha, beta, gamma. The carbon next to this carbon will be alpha carbon. So alpha methoxy. Okay, with alpha carbon, whatever groups are present, so that will be called as, this will be called as alpha hydrogen. If this OCH3, methoxy means methyl group, and this oxygen, so methoxy, OCH3. So this will be called as alpha methoxy. This is alpha hydrogen. This is alpha carbon. Alpha position is next to the carbon possessing the functional group. Okay, so this will be the case. And so alpha methoxy, this propionaldehyde, this will be the structure of the compound given here. Okay, now next is 2-hydroxy. This is pentenyl. Okay, so 2-hydroxy-pentenyl. Pentene what means 5 carbons. Pentenyl, this suffix will be given to this aldehydic that group. Let's have this. Okay, so this is pentenyl, and you are having, you can write the missing H2 everywhere. Okay, so this is 2-hydroxy. Okay, so 1 and 2. So here you will write hydroxy is OH. So this will be the compound. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that carbons you will arrange. Then terminal carbon possessing this functional group. Okay, CHO, and then second carbon for 1 carbon, because I told you that alpha position is always next to the carbon possessing the functional group. This carbon is possessing the functional group. So next to this will be alpha carbon. But numbering in case of IUPAC nomenclature, the numbering will be done from the carbon having the functional group. So this carbon will be assigned as 1 number. This is 2, this 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 pentenyl. This is 2-hydroxy. Second carbon will possess this hydroxy OH group. Okay, so this was the structure of the compound. Third is 4-oxobutanol. So butanol means 1, 2, 3 and 4. Butanol. Al word is telling you that aldehyde group is present here, and also this 4-oxo. Okay, so this will be assigned number 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will have this will be 3-oxo. Okay, 4, why this 4 should not be used here? Because the fourth carbon will be the terminal carbon. So oxo word means the ketonic group is not present on terminal carbon. Okay, so this will be 3-oxo 3-oxo-butanol. Al and means aldehyde group and ketonic group both are present in this compound. So this is the structure of the third compound. Okay, the fourth compound is di-secondary butyl ketone. Okay, so secondary butyl ketone, that will be what? Shall I rub this? Hope you noted down. Okay, so ketonic group is present, and on either sides the secondary butyl. So secondary butyl means what? The secondary word, this is given to, see, this one is one, two. Okay, this is di-secondary butyl. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, this butyl, butyl word is giving you idea about 4 carbons. 4 carbons. Secondary carbon is attached to this ketone. Secondary butyl ketone. So secondary di-secondary butyl ketone. That means what? The ketonic group is associated with di-secondary butyl. Secondary word means what? Suppose this carbon is attached with hydrogen only. Okay, everywhere hydrogen. So this will be called as 1 degree carbon. Okay, or if carbon is attached to, suppose you are having this 4 carbon atoms are present, so this will be called as this is called as see, this is butane. So this will be called as that butane, and all carbons present in this butane, that in this case all the carbons all the carbons will be called as primary carbon, or you can say this is primary carbon, 1 degree carbon only. Okay, if secondary carbon, so what this secondary carbon is, all either the primary carbon is having either 1 or 2 carbons attached to it. Okay, so 1 degree carbon, 2 degree carbon means, suppose this carbon is associated with this carbon, this will be called as 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 carbons are present, that is why, and this carbon will be called as secondary carbon, 2 degree carbon. Why 2 degree carbon? Because this is associated with 2 alkyl groups, 2 more carbons. Okay, 3 degree so 3 degree carbon. So this will be what? Here also this alkyl group, here also alkyl group, here also alkyl group. So this will be called as 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is tertiary carbon, or you can say tertiary that butyl. Okay, this will be called as see, this is this is secondary carbon, 1, 2, 3. So secondary, this is propyl group. Okay, so secondary carbon, this will be called as secondary carbon. Here also see, this 1 carbon is attached to 2 more alkyl groups. So this one is attached, this carbon is attached to the main ketonic group. This will be called as secondary butyl, because butyl word, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbons are present here. So butyl word, secondary butyl, here also secondary butyl. So this was and quaternary, that carbon we are saying to the carbon which is associated from everywhere, if it is associated with this carbon. So this will be called as 4 degree carbon, quaternary carbon. Okay, so this was the case, this was the common name. Okay, and numbering we are giving. Okay, now next this was yes, di-secondary, it's done. Now this is 4-fluoro, this is acetophenone. Okay, so acetophenone, just now we have seen what the structure is. This is acetophenone. Okay, this is acetophenone, and 4, this is 1 carbon. This is 1 number will be given to the carbon possessing this. Okay, so 1, this is 2, 3 and 4. So here you are having fluoro. So 4 fluoro, this is acetophenone. Okay, now next is 3-hydroxy cyclopentane carbaldehyde. Okay, so cyclopentane carbaldehyde and 3-hydroxy carbaldehyde means this CHO group will be present, and 3 hydroxy. So 1, 2, 3. So this will be the structure of this compound which is given here. Okay, now the next one is this was see, we have already seen how to name them. That also many examples we have seen. The common names also we discussed, and then we also know now the names are given. We also know how to draw the structures. Okay, chalo, next we are going to start with the preparation part. Okay, so methods of preparation of aldehydes and ketones. First we will start with the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. So first of all, you write down from alcohols. Okay, so let's rub this. Okay, so from first methods of preparation of aldehydes and ketones. Okay, so first one, this is from alcohols. So first is from alcohols only by oxidation. So in this case, see here, if the primary alcohol you have taken, this one, okay, so the oxidizing agent can be chromium trioxide or PCC. PCC is pyridinium chlorochromate, pyridinium plus HCl plus CrO3. So this is called as PCC, pyridine chlorochromate. Okay, not pyridinium, this is pyridine chlorochromate. Pyridine means this is heterocyclic ring where other than carbon you are having nitrogen also. Okay, so that is that pyridine chlorochromate, H plus HCl plus CrO3. So this is called as chlorochromate. So this PCC is used for straight chain. Okay, this is used for straight chain. Do remember this? Okay. Now see here, if the primary alcohol you have taken, then what will happen here? Oxidation is going to take place. Oxidation means here this hydrogen will be taken out, because removal of hydrogen, that also is counted as oxidation, because the oxidizing agents you are using here. So this process will be called as oxidation. Okay, so here what you will get, the hydrogen is taken out from this carbon, and hydrogen is also that will be removed from this oxygen. So you are left with what? CH3C, this double bond O, and this is H. Okay, one hydrogen will remain here also. So one hydrogen you have taken out, this hydrogen will stay here with this carbon. So you are left with what? This is aldehyde. Okay, if your alcohol is secondary alcohol, okay, if this is CH3, this is COH. Okay, so if this secondary alcohol you are having, secondary alcohol means secondary carbon, just now I told you that carbon is associated with 2 more carbons. Okay, so this secondary alcohol, if it is subjected to oxidation, the same things here also, oxidation will take place. Okay, and then what you are going to get here, see, in this case the hydrogen will be taken out from this carbon. Okay, from this carbon, if you are taking out this hydrogen, here also minus H2 you write down, here also minus H2. So here this hydrogen will be the leaving group, this hydrogen also will come out. So you are left with what? See, this carbon is making double bond with this oxygen, and then you are left with ketone. So here you got ketone, this acetone you got. Okay, so this was all about the oxidation of alcohols. Now one more from alcohols. Okay, so I'm rubbing this from alcohols, the same what will happen from alcohol? Suppose this is CH2, this is OH. Okay, so this is copper dust, and then 573 Kelvin. We are heating it. Okay, we are heating this primary alcohol in presence of this copper dust. Then you will get what? The same. This is dehydrogenation. So we are calling this process, this is the B part, you can say. From alcohols only we made the aldehydes and ketones. Okay, so that was what? By oxidation, we were calling it as oxidation. This will be called as by dehydrogenation. D word is this D word will tell you about the removal. So dehydrogenation, this is dehydrogenation of alcohol. Okay, so in this case hydrogen will be taken out. Here also hydrogen will be taken out. So you are left with what? This is CH and this will be O. So this will be called as aldehyde. Why? Because H is also present here. Now in place of this, if you are taking primary alcohol, secondary alcohol. Okay, this was primary alcohol. Primary alcohol gave you aldehyde. Very much easy. So here also the same thing, the copper dust, 573 Kelvin, everything will remain same. But here the product will be different because now you are going to get a ketone. So this also will be the method of preparation of aldehydes and ketones. Okay, so by alcohols we made it like this. Now next, from hydrocarbons. So actually my battery is running out. That is why very hurriedly I am telling you. See, the second part is from hydrocarbons. Okay, so from hydrocarbons, see, from hydrocarbons this will be what? From alkene. Okay, so alkene, you are taking alkene, this ethene, the smallest one, this simplest one I took here, this ethene, and then what is happening here, this ozonolysis here, ozone. Okay, so ozone we are using, and then in this case what you will get, this will see here, this will break. Okay, and then what you will get, this see if it is breaking, so this will get attached with CH2, then double bond with this O, and here also double bond with O. So what you got? You got HC double bond OH. So two molecules of this C double bond OH, HCHO. This is what? Formaldehyde. Okay, so two that formaldehyde, this part you got. See, in this case, okay, if you are taking unsymmetrical that alkene, okay, suppose you have taken this CH2, this double bond CH2. Now what you will get from here also, you will get what? This bond will break, and then you will get what? This CH3, then this is this will make double bond O. See here, this double bond O, then H2. Wait. CH, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this will here what you will get, CH3, CH, and double bond with O, aldehyde, and here you will get HCHO. Okay, like this. Or if you are actually taking what? CH3, then C, then here also CH3, and if this is making double bond with this CH2, if this is the compound, okay, so here this bond will break, and then you will got what? You will get what? In this case you will get ketone. Okay, because you have taken two alkyl groups is associated with the carbon making double bond. Okay, carbon possessing double bond, if it is associated with two alkyl groups, then you will get ketone, and this one will be aldehyde. So the mixture, the combination of aldehydes, ketones also you will get only aldehydes, and you will get